Good morning. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm going to be doing the what solds for the week of February 28th to March 3rd, which is Monday through Thursday of last week. We are leaving on vacation tomorrow and going sourcing in Missouri. Probably stop at Nashville again. We may even jump up and go to the one in Indiana, and then we may even go to the one in Louisville. We haven't decided. Last time the trailer was so full that we decided not to stop anywhere. We just came straight home. But we bought a bunch of clothes last time and we've hardly touched them, so we're not going to be buying a whole bunch of clothes. So it's going to take maybe a little bit longer to fill the trailer with just the things that I like to source. Stuffed animals, toys, and occasionally other things, but almost always it's mostly that. So I'm excited. As you can, well, when you start seeing my screens, you're going to already see that I put my eBay store on time away. I do leave it so that people can still buy, but a lot of people do not want to wait the week that I'm going to be gone. So my sales will take a tank, which is fine because it's slow anyway, relatively. So it's probably a really good time to be doing this trip. And that way I have lots of stuff banked so that if I don't get out and get to source over the next weeks, months, I always have backup. And that's the plan, never to not have stuff to list. Now, sure, I got all of my stuff back here, but I go through it once in a while and grab some things out of it. But I'm more into looking through the newer stuff. A lot of that is things that eventually I need to either bag them, take them to my booth, or start adding them to other things that I already have listed. And I do that on occasion. But I'm excited. We've got so much to do. So let's just go ahead and get this show on the road. All right, so my first item that I sold, again, these are not everything that I've sold. I've tried to pick the stuff that's like the up, like $8 and up. I do sell some things for less, especially if I know I've had it for a while, or I check comps. Let me turn my phone off. Okay. If I check comps and it's just kind of gone down a little, then, you know, I'm very much into moving my inventory. So, you know, if I paid 50 cents for something and I get a $5 offer and it's been there for a while, I'm going to go ahead and take it. That's just, it's time to get stuff moving. Always trying to get my stuff moving. Didn't sell a whole lot of clothes this week. I did make another Posh sale though. Yay, that's 2 for me now, but all the other platforms, I turn them off while I'm on vacation. So Mercari, you have to deactivate everything. Etsy has vacation mode. Facebook has vacation mode. Posh has it also. And then Bonanza, you know, you can turn all of them off, where Mercari, you just have to deactivate everything. And it's 20 at a time. I had 800 listings. It didn't take a lot of time, but when you go back to activate it, it does take a little bit. All right, so if you're new to my store, I have been selling for 23 years as of this month on eBay. Most of the time it has been full-time. Probably the last 10 years I've really ramped it up. And then last year we stopped doing our Amazon side of this business and Robert started helping me full-time with eBay and then the other platforms that we have been branching off to. I do not use free shipping, so when I tell you something has sold for $8, that did not include the shipping that the buyer had to pay. All right, first item. This is World Wildlife Fund Polar Bear Plush. It was from K&M International. I like that brand. It's most of it is my bread and butter, you know, anywhere from like $6 to $10. I did sell this one for best offer of $8. If you see me looking this way, I have a board that I write everything down because sometimes what you see on here isn't what I sold it for. This, we recently tried to reorganize my kitchen. I had a whole lot of stuff up there that just needs cleaned to be sent to eBay. So I set a shelf up there that's just for that stuff. And then I started going through some of my cabinets that I haven't touched in a while. You know how that is. You put stuff in there and then you hardly ever open it. Well, this Keurig was in there. And I was just going to take it over to the booth. And Robert looked it up and he said, it's actually worth, I think I paid $5 for it at a yard sale. And nobody uses it here. So I was going to take it to the booth for $5. But Robert said it sold on eBay. So I went ahead and listed it and took a best offer of $13 for it. These, you haven't seen it yet. It's maybe. No, you have. I did show this. I went to the Habitat Restore and bought a tote of the Fisher-Price Little People Chunky figures. There was over 30 of them. I paid $50 for the whole lot. It had vehicles and all kinds of stuff in there. I decided to make most of them. I had a few others that were in a smaller lot, so I ended them all on eBay and I made lots of 2 of the people. I figured I could list them for like $9.95 for 2. A lot of the vehicles I listed separately, and then I'm going to put them over on Facebook Marketplace. They usually sell over there easier for me, but this one did sell right away for $8.96. I picked this up at an estate sale. I paid $1 for it. It was still sealed. It's You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown VHS. You know, you always wish that's going to be one of those ones that sells for big bucks like, you know, you see on some of the other channels. But I ended up taking a best offer of $10 on it. This is Russ. The tag said his name was Flopples. I sold it for $7.95, but I got the nicest message with it. The person who bought this said that getting to see what my almost 20-year-old plush used to look like is amazing. So she's had this plush for 20 years, and it's probably showing a whole lot of loving on it right now. And so she bought this one, and then she'll have the 2, the one that she's had for 20 and then this one. So I love when that happens. I love getting those messages. This is a Hallmark Sweet Pea Lovey. Y'all know me. I love all loveys. I did sell this one for, let's see, $9.86. I went to a thrift store. I think I paid $1 a set. I bought 7 or 8 of these. They're from Williams-Sonoma. They were all different. There was a cup and a saucer. This one said Swedish glögg on it. I think there was other ones that were like hot cocoa or hot chocolate. Just a whole variety of them. They've been listed for quite a while. I tried putting them on Facebook Marketplace, but it kept saying that I had duplicates, so I just ended up not putting them there. They have this, they're like eBay, they will not let you list duplicates, but these had different words in them and it still wouldn't let me cross list to them. But I ended up taking a best offer of $12 for this. This is a viewer sale. Thank you so much, Eva Marie, for purchasing this. I just got this recently. She did send me a best offer of $16, which I did accept. She told me that this was a nostalgic buy for her, that she has recently found me on YouTube. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And she homeschools like we do, and she started selling on eBay this past year to show her 2 daughters how to do business. So bravo to you. Definitely. I hope you're having great luck with this. My boys have been so involved with this that now, with our businesses, now they just don't want to go to yard sales with me. But I mean, they're all older now. But I have one that is taking pictures for me for the clothing items. And he is going to learn how to do my shipping so that the next time that I go on one of these sourcing trips, that he's going to, I won't have to shut my stores down, that he'll be able to handle that. So I didn't have enough time this time to really show him that he's not a morning person, and I do my shipping in the morning, so we're going to have to come to an understanding, because, you know, I don't like shutting everything down because your sales do take a hit. So I'm hoping that this will work out to be beneficial for me and him. I'll pay him a little extra, but don't tell him that. All right, so thank you, Eva Marie, for buying this from me, and you guys make me so thrilled that, you know, you appreciate what I do as far as the channel. All right, this next 3 was somebody bought 3 items from me. She paid a total of $27 plus the shipping. She bought this rust, which I got this from the high bid online estate sale. I bought a whole lot of trolls. I only paid a couple dollars for all of it. This was part of that. So she won this princess, and then she bought this Lala Loopsy Ferris wheel and this other troll, which this was one of the soft-bodied ones, just like the other one. So it was a total of $27 for the 3. I picked these up at an estate sale probably a couple of months ago. I bought a bunch of these tapestry blankets. The Nurse Flipper has talked about them so much that they are on my radar now. So I paid $4 for each. Most of them were still in their bags and had not been used. This one was from Danbury Mint, and it was the Dachshund, a Dachshund right here. And I took a best offer of $30 for it. I just picked this up, I think, last weekend. This was a Candemar Designs needlepoint pillow kit. It had split open in the back, so I was hesitant to say that it was new. So I went ahead and pulled everything out, because sometimes you got to be careful if there's any way that something could be taken out, that they may have taken the needle. But a lot of times I have pulled stuff out and somebody has started and did like 2 or 3 blocks and then quit and stuck everything back in there. So I did remove it all out to check the contents. It was new, and it sold the same day I listed it for $19.95. This is just, I tell you, a lot of these old stuffed animals, nobody even gives them a second chance look. And this was just 5.5 inches tall. It was by Acme, probably 70s or 80s as far as time frame. And I sold it for $11.66. I think that's excellent, because I probably picked it up at the bins, and so I might have a nickel or a dime in it. This is a Peanuts Snoopy backpack. It was 13 inches tall as far as the plush part of him. There was some writing on it, so of course I always state that in the listing. Always point out anything that you notice and then take pictures of it. It just helps you, and it shows your buyers that you're being honest about any issues. Now, of course, we all make mistakes and don't see something, but I sold Snoopy for best offer of $18. I picked these up recently at an estate sale. I want to say either the shoes were $1 or $2 each. I bought a couple of pairs, some Clarks and something else. But this was in there, and this is called One Soul. I have found the little covers before, but I had never had the shoe. And what this is it's just a sandal, and then these parts right here replace this part right here on the shoe. So you can change it to go with your whatever you're wearing. And you know, I didn't know. I really didn't see a whole lot on there, especially ones that had multiple parts to it. But it sold within the month for best offer of $14. So I was thrilled. I've had this for a while. Pretty sure I picked this up at the Goodwill in Asheville probably a year or 2 ago. It's been that long. It's from Inco Industries. It's plastic. It just kind of had lots of pieces and parts to it. And it sold for $26.95. I don't even think I've showed the haul on this yet. This was from maybe a estate sale that I went to recently. I paid $1 for it. It was Manhattan Toy, this long cat, just kind of crazy looking. I found out his name was Ziggy from other listings on eBay, and it sold within a day or two of listing it for $12 best offer. I bought these at the Goodwill bins in Indianapolis, so probably a little over a year ago. They did not have any bodies on them, but I knew that these were the really old hand puppets. I went ahead and kept them together, just said that it was the heads only. Somebody else can restore them, or they may use them just as a display. And I sold them for best offer of $11. This is Build-A-Bear. These Promise Pets don't sell for a whole lot, but if you're only going to pay 50 cents or $1 for them, they do sell. This was the little gray cat, and I sold it for best offer of $8.21. Christmas. This was a stocking I picked up pretty recently at an estate sale. I think it was one of those I paid $1 for it, and I sold it for best offer of $12. This was just a bowl. I thought it was cute. I found it at an estate sale for either 50 cents or $1. Tried to auction it a couple of times and didn't get any, just didn't get any interest in it. So I went ahead and listed it probably a week ago again with a best offer and took a best offer of $24 for it. It's called a Japanese Satsuma Shimazu bowl. This is from the Gorham Ariana dish set that Robert picked up. He paid $75 for 2 huge totes full of all kinds of pieces. I have sold most of it, so at this point, if I get any offers on them, I'm really just wanting to finish up and clear out that tote. I did get a best offer of $12.05 on this, which I did take and shipped it out. This again is just another old vintage plush. It's by Fun World. Just 2 little cute hugging puppies. They were red and white, 5 inches tall, and they sold for $8.96. This is a Hawaiian Maxell. I find these on occasion. I guess maybe somebody has bought them in Hawaii on vacation, brought them back, and then they end up in yard sales and all of that. These was from 1999. I've had, I think, donkeys and this seal and some whales, and I think some turtles before. All of them from that same series. They always have these little like silk lays on. I did sell this one for best offer of $10. Brass. This was just a hammered planter, and I took a best offer of $20 for it. This was also from the High Bid Estate Sale, another one of the troll dolls. This one was the hard body, 7 inches tall, dressed like a witch, and I sold it for $14.95. And then this was a Walmart plush from 1996, one of the Christmas series, kind of large, 23 inches, and it sold for $17.95. Now these last 2 are my big sales for that 4-day time period. This first one, I remember when I found this at the St. Louis bins from the last trip, and I always pick up vintage plush, especially when I see that it's a vintage Gund. And I found out this one's name was Peanut. It was from 1985, and it has a really good sell-through rate. I ended up taking a best offer of $50 for him. So he's only been listed a couple of months. And then these Maxell Bhsc camcorder videotapes. I paid $10 for these at an estate sale, and I did sell them for $53.95. All right, these next few are from Facebook, and then I did have 2 sales on Mercari. And then I've had some more sales on Etsy and Poshmark since, but they'll be in the next video. So I'm getting a nice variety of sales on the other platforms. This first one, I picked this up at a consignment sale last year. I paid $1 for it, and it's vintage from 1983. It's just little doll clothes hangers by Tapestry, and I sold them for $14 on Facebook. This is from Imaginext. This is the Batman with one of the figures still in the car. He sold for $8. This was Tom and Jerry Plush. This is by Namco. I talk about that brand a lot. They do a whole lot of character plush, so I do still pick them up, but it's just not the greatest quality. But he sold for $13. This was a Barney from 1992. He's 13 inches. He sold for $9. And then this Kenner Hug-a-Bunch Imkins doll sold for $23. I find these quite often along with the babies. And then this, I've had these listed forever. I had it in a larger lot with some animals and vehicles and stuff, and then somebody asked if I would just sell the figures, so I ended it, separated everything out, listed these, and then they never bought them. So they've been listed for a while, finally sold on Facebook Marketplace for $45. And then my two Mercari sales. This is a Bugs Life Flick, 11 inches tall. It sold for $8. And then this, I find these a lot at one thrift store. It's like, I'm not quite sure. I've bought 4 or 5 different ones in different colors at different times. Just the weirdest thing. But it's a Krakow plush. Some of them were from this company, Xyle Toys. Some of them were from different companies. So I have a feeling probably all got donated at one time, and then at different times they've brought them out. I don't go to that thrift store hardly anymore, because the last time I was in there, they were actually checking eBay prices, and they had plush that were $8 now, where before I used to get them for $1 and $2 and $3. But anyway, this Krakow dragon plush sold for $20 on Mercari. All right, this is it. I am going to start packing my stuff to go out tomorrow, and then I'm going to get my clothes and everything ready. And after Robert finishes teaching tomorrow morning, we are going to hit the road and try to get to the Nashville bins. But this will all be after the fact, because I don't think this video is going to come out till probably the middle of next week. All right, bye.